My favorite person in the Bible is David. David was an amazing character, and I remember about 5 years ago I was working on a spoken word. I love to write spoken word, and I remember I was working on that, and I wanted to write about my experience of serving in the church. And I just sat, I'm like, God, what should I write about? And I remember the Holy Spirit just telling me to study David, and I did. And it was a beautiful moment for me, because I found that out of all the kings, there were many kings back then that served the Lord. But out of them all, God loved David the most, because David was a man after God's heart. And that just told me that all I need to seek is God's heart. I don't need to seek anything else, because that's all I need, just showing the love of Christ. Because when I love God, it's easy for me to love people, and those are the biggest commandments that Jesus talked about. And so as a child of God, I make that my tradition, my culture, to make sure that first I love God like David did. It's not just about being religious or serving him all the time, but to truly have that connection, that moment with Christ. And that's why David is my favorite person, even though he was so imperfect, right? We all know what he did, but I'm imperfect as well. I am nowhere near perfect, God knows. Every morning I wake up and I'm like, God, thank you for your mercy, because I know what I'm about to do today. Not bad stuff, because the Holy Spirit kind of reins me in, but still, I know that I'm not perfect. But one thing I know that I want for people to say about me is that Ayo is after God's heart, and she shows everyone love of Christ.